And now I'm going to demonstrate a dumbbell chest press, but this one's unique. We haven't done this one yet, and it's at a declined angle. You need a decline bench, of course. If you don't have a decline bench, be careful, but you may be able to put one of your flat benches up on a stand or some books. Like I said, be careful. Put your feet up because you don't have anything to lock your feet underneath, but it can be done. Just be careful because you might want to slide out the back of the bench. So I probably should put a disclaimer here. Don't try that at home. But this is a decline bench, about a 45-degree angle is what we're looking for. The reason why decline angle when we work chest is more beneficial, not that it's the only angle, but it's because it's biomechanically, this is about the angle that you're doing when our feet are up high and our head's down low. It feels like you're pushing down towards your feet. This is a great mechanical position for your ball and rotator cuff of your shoulder joint. It feels very secure there. Now when someone does a flat bench, it's still relatively safe, but the ball and socket is a little bit more compromised, okay? When you do an incline angle, your ball and socket joint is very much compromised and the pecs aren't really fully utilized to the most of their true potential. But some people still do incline angles to hit that upper chest. Now we know we should not go behind the head because that ball and socket joint is very vulnerable. That's why this decline angle is the ideal angle to work these pec muscles and the safest for the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. I know that's a lot, but I wanted to explain to you why, biomechanically speaking, that the decline angle hits the chest the best out of all three angles. Okay, pretty challenging to get into this. Just make sure you be nice and safe. I'd get in the bench first, then grab your dumbbells off the floor. Pin your elbows nice and tight to your side as you go down. Everything from here on out is pretty much the same as our typical flat dumbbell press that we already shot a video of. Get your lower back arched out, your chest open. Big breath in, blow, air out. Dumbbells slightly face each other so the palms aren't totally facing the mirror or the wall at your feet. Palms slightly face each other, separate them. Down nice and slow. Keep the dumbbells wide enough off your chest. Don't come in here, otherwise you won't get a full, good stretch on the pec. And blow. Separate them. Down slow. We're going to pause down here. Just feel your elbows getting pushed down to the floor and feeling a really nice stretch in your chest. If you have any slight negativity in the ball and socket or the rotator cuff, obviously then don't go down that deep and don't stay down there. But 9 out of 10 people can stay down there for a couple seconds and really feel the benefit of that pec muscle just stretching out. I'll do 4 more. This is relatively light for me. Palms stay face each other. A little advanced technique is as you come down, transition into the pinky higher than the thumb, pause, and then coming up, blow air out, then transition into the thumb slightly higher than the pinky. Separate them. Pinky comes higher than the thumb, pause. Separate them, come down nice and slow. When you feel like you can't do any more safely, bring your elbows in and make sure you just dump them forward and let them go. Don't hold them as they hit the floor because that bouncing and jarring is going to go back, through your arm into your rotator cuff. If they're made out of rubber, just drop them and let them go. They won't make a big noise. Make sure you pin those elbows in as you let them go versus coming down here where your ball and socket will be more vulnerable. So there you go. It's a great movement. It's unique. It's the decline angle dumbbell chest press. All right, here we go. Doc's going to demonstrate the exercise. I'm going to hand him to him. All right, he's going pretty heavy here, so it's going to be a pretty intense set. All right, now gravity wants to push those dumbbells back over your head, so you're going to have to pull them towards the legs a little bit. That looks like a good starting position. Right out over your sternum. Nice, good. Doc's going down pretty deep. If everything feels good in the rotator cuff, it'll really pull that pec apart and stretch it.
I could actually go down deeper, but the floor is preventing me.
So what we would do the next time, big breath in.
Actually, I'd like to go down deeper.
Is I would set the bench up on a plate or a little stand about that high. That'd take his elbows farther away from the floor and would allow him to get more of a stretch.
Yeah, this is not enough to stretch.
It's enough of a stretch for now. We'll get a really good intense set in. And then the second set, if you did a second set, then he could get maybe a little bit lighter and more of a stretch.
That stretch is an amazing thing. It really, it just radically improves the quality of the workout. It's shocking. I mean, it almost cuts it down by 50% of the number of reps that you need. You would have thought that just going down a little bit further would make such a huge difference, but it does.
Yeah, boy, good. Excellent. Good. All right. Now we should be getting somewhere. Should really start to feel. Put that mind in the muscle, Doc. Squeezing those fists together. Putting your mind right there. Good. If you've got a partner or you're spotting somebody, you can generally tell when they think that they're done. That body language will let you know the noises that their air makes coming out. Good. If you give them a good mental spot, let's go, Doc. You can do this now. Come on. 2 more. And you give them a little physical spot. Come on. Oh, boy. Good. All right, here we go. Separate them. Nice stretch. Drop. Good. You got it. All right, control it down nice and tight. Elbows in and dump them and let them go. Excellent. Very nice.
Oh, it's definitely a failure.
Not bad for a beginner. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that. Just having fun. Doc, that was a great set. That was pretty heavy, 50 pounds. I was a little hesitant about using that heavy of a weight, but did it feel effective?
Yeah, actually, if I probably would have been 45 if I could get my elbows all the way down, but since it wasn't, it was worked out perfectly.
Right. So the second set, if he was to do a second set, like I said, we'd grab just a little something, maybe a book or a little step. We'd bring him up a little bit higher. And then I would
change the angle on this.
It would change the angle, so you just take it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you'd still have the same angle. And then what you want to do is, if you're going to get an extreme stretch during a contraction in these movements, you want to be precautious and you want to try it with a lighter weight, just to make sure that it feels safe, because you're not going to be able to do as many reps anyway. And getting a stretch like that during the contraction is a phenomenal way to have a more intense controlled tear down of the fibers, so that you can recover and repair the tissue back bigger and stronger through your nutrition and rest and stuff like that.
I never really appreciated the value of that stretch until I started working out with Darren. I would just come down here, which is I think what a lot of people do, but to go all the way down is just an incredible difference. It's really shocking what a dramatic improvement that does with respect to the challenge of the activity. So I definitely would recommend the full stretch. And plus it gives you a greater range of motion. It's more natural, and you want to give your muscles, put that through the full range so you don't wind up getting restrictions and inflexibility.
So there you go. You got some nice tools on how to perform the chest dumbbell exercise at the most advantageous angle, not that it's the only angle. And I think it'll work for him, Doc. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right, you got the power. Go make it happen.